Okay, this is the Battle for Normandy, and it's a quick video, a rules video, probably the last one, which we're discussing artillery and naval units firing alone. It's slightly different rules. First thing, artillery and naval units may fire anything that's in range on their turn, AM or PM. If you're going to do it with the Allies, it's going to cost you 1 combat supply point. For the Germans, it costs you nothing. The firing unit must be in general supply and the target must be in range. Also, the target must be spotted. To spot a unit, if your target's in clear farmland or right, no, that's not strictly true. Yes, it is strictly true. Your target's in farmland, open or flooded, marsh, you can spot a unit 2 hexes away. If you're on top of a hill, that can go to 3 hexes away. If the intervening hexes are not that type of terrain, or the target hex is not that type of terrain, you've got to be adjacent to spot. If you're spotting at night, you've got to be adjacent as well. If you're attacking, you've got to be spotted where a divisional unit has got a spot for its divisional guns, or an attached unit must spot for the divisional guns for that attached unit. Core units, you can spot for units or fire on particular units, so long as you meet all the attachment rules, like you're actually getting your general supply from the same core or beachhead or whatever. Spotting for naval units, a unit on the coast can spot up to 10 hexes out to sea. Naval units can fire at coastal hexes, any coastal hex within their range. If you fire, you basically take the strength of the attacking unit, and when you attack, only one unit can attack. You've either got one artillery unit or one naval unit can attack a particular hex. You take your strength, so say if I was firing with this and it would be a 3, that would be my base strength, and then you modify your base strength by your terrain modifiers on this chart. That can be modified to a maximum of -3. So if I was firing like a farmland, it would be my base attack would go from 3 to 2. Okay. If you're firing at night, there's another -1 to your base attack. If you're firing at stacks of units, for every unit above 1, that increases your base attack by 1. Once you've calculated your modified base attack, you roll a dice. If you get equal to or less than your base attack, you can eliminate 1 step from the target hex. If there's a stack in the target hex, the owning player determines which unit takes the loss. There's a thing called Allied counter-battery fire, which only the Allies can do. Immediately after a German unit is fired using this firing alone procedure, the Allied units can attack it. Now, this doesn't have to be spotted, but the firing unit has to be in range and it has to be in general supply. It follows the same procedure for working out your base stuff as a normal attack. You can do counter battery fire at night, and there's a -1 modifier for it. You can't do counter battery fire in storm or heavy rain. German units can fire against Allied ships. As I've said before, a unit that is on the coast can spot out to 10 hexes. When you fire at a unit during your German AM or PM turn, Just let me check this. It doesn't. Yeah, all right. You can't do it. You can't fire out to sea at heavy rain or storm. When you fire, you work out your base hit as normal, but there's no modifiers for it. If you hit your target, the target is destroyed. But the target, if it hasn't fired, does have the option to fire back. It fires back at the normal, like counter battery process, but regardless of the result of its firing backwards, it's removed due to the hit at the end of the process. If you are firing guns at battleships, battleships aren't removed, they're just placed on the turn track one for the next turn, basically. Now, there is a rule for German big guns, anything with 170mm or more. This is an optional rule. If it hits a battleship, it will destroy the battleship. And that is effectively how spotted and counter batteries for naval and artillery work.